Hi everyone, this reading is going to be for those of you who have been ghosted or have had someone go no contact who is a Capricorn. This could apply for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And on that same point, guys, I do recommend for you to get the full narrative of your situation and for you to get some advice, really help you move forward past this no contact season, because it's very, very soul shifting to have somebody go ghost on you, right? This is such an invalidating, toxic thing to do. It's very hard to heal from that. So it's great if you can get messages to pull together from this person, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, if you happen to know those signs. Because remember, our sun sign is only our ego consciousness. The moon is how we do emotions. The rising is our personality, how we present ourselves to the world and how the world perceives us, right? What else did I say? Moon is emotions. Venus is how we do love and relate to money. And yeah, so rising sun is our personality. Okay, sorry, I got confused there for a second. So yeah, and these messages are going to be general. Please don't try to make the energies fit if they don't, guys, okay? Try your best not to do that. I know it's hard when you come and you want some answers, but if it's not your reading, it's not your reading, right? We can't hit everybody all the time. I wish we could, right? Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be really cool if we could do that. All right, so let's see what we have going on. Those of you who've been ghosted by Sagittarius. And guys, this is really not going to apply if you're dealing with somebody who has some sort of diagnosed mental struggle or anything like that. This is straight up somebody who you guys were in a relationship. You guys had a little something, something, and then poof, they were gone. Maybe you didn't even have that. They were gone, right? So I do want to just qualify that, because we have all kinds of people, all kinds of situations out there, right? So many different situations that we could be dealing with. But this is meant to give you some seeds of thoughts, right? Just so that you can work through some things that have gone on. So this is going to be, this first row is going to be the past, and this is going to be the present for them. And this is going to be for Sagittarius archetype. And I want to just say, guys, remember, 4 different people can look at the same thing and walk away with 4 different perspectives. Whatever I say about Capricorn, the archetype, do I keep saying Sagittarius? I'm sorry. Whatever I say about Capricorn, the archetype, I'm saying for them, their perspective, how they viewed it. You need to understand that, right? When I talk about what I'm feeling from them, okay, from their archetype. Their perspective. They were in the Empress reverse energy in the past. Okay, so let's talk about the Empresses. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. This is all about planting seeds, growing things, bringing things to fruition, making things happen, right? So this is telling me that Capricorn was feeling like, that's it. This is done. We're at the end of our road here, in their mind. In their mind, there was a definitive ending to something. The 4 of Cups, reverse energy. I'm just getting this for so many of the readings. So 4 of Cups energy, those of you who've been watching me, you know it's the checklist card, right? If my partner doesn't do A, B, and C, I can't be with them, or I can't be in agreement with them doing this, that, or the other thing, whatever it is. But this is a very complicated card, the 4 of Cups, because a lot of readers say, oh, they're feeling bored. There's a sense of boredom. But And it could be that, but this is the thing. This energy is that of a person who is looking external to themselves for happiness. This is not Capricorn in a space where they're bringing themselves their own flowers and they're making themselves happy in their own skin in like an autonomous way. This is them looking to you to conduct yourself in a certain way. And if you weren't conducting yourself in a certain way, this was making them upset. If you didn't want to do what they wanted to do, they had this feeling of boredom. But the thing is, boredom is inevitable in that scenario, because if we continuously look outside of ourselves for fulfillment and for happiness, it's only a matter of time before whoever we're giving this very large burden to, where they're going to drop the ball just by being human or being themselves and being their own person. So there's this level of unfairness I always understand from this energy, but it doesn't come from a place of malice. It's because this person was not as ready as they really thought they were for this relationship or they evolved and grew in their life to a point where they started to feel like they grew out of the relationship. But rather than recognizing that the shift came from within them, they were looking completely externally, trying to put it on you. That the reason they were feeling differently was all because of you and things you were or were not doing, rather than looking at something within themselves, okay? So then we have the Eight of Pentacles reverse energy as well in the past. So this is about them being in a space of just really wanting to build something, but just not feeling like they could build this with you, where they could actually build this next chapter with you. This is about collecting resources and establishing a support system with each other, physical, mental, emotional connection. And they just started to feel very distant from you, getting a lot of communication issues for sure here. But then we have a Two of Swords energy. So the Two of Swords is about sitting and pressing the pause button before making a decision about two ideas, two thoughts, two paths, two people, to anything, right? Now within your relationship, I'm getting that there was something that they were very confused about within the relationship, and it was becoming very problematic, okay? Now, the thing is, I have to tell you, I'm feeling very strongly that Capricorn felt unsupported. They just were not getting what they needed. They felt like things were not truthful. And this was a huge sticking point for them. They were having a very hard time reasoning out this decision to move forward with you, based primarily in the fact that they felt like there was something dishonest about something that you were doing. And I don't listen, you know, I always say I love all of the signs, all of the archetypes. We all have them all in us. So it's basically, you know, whatever. I mean, saying I don't like an archetype is like saying I don't like part of myself, which is silly, right? But every sign has a low vibrational element and a high vibrational element. So when Capricorn is in high vibration, they're such beautiful people. They are very hard workers. They are like ride and die until the end. They are just, they try to be fair. They really try to bring reasoning to situations. I mean, Capricorn is an amazing sign in that way, right? And there's just this sense of dedication to them. But in their low vibrational self, they can be extremely opinionated. And they can be very self-serving and very short-fused. They really can be quite short-fused, okay? So I do have to say that. I'm not hating on Capricorns. I love Capricorns. Believe me, some of my closest people in my life are Capricorns. But I'm getting this very low vibrational vibe, which we're always going to address when we're dealing with somebody who ghosts somebody, because that is just not okay. There's nothing that good, solid communication can't handle, you know, to bring a graceful resolution to something. Going ghost is just, it's cowardice, right? So this particular Capricorn is working in a very low vibe space, very low vibe. Okay, so I do want to say that. I'm getting that for sure. And they're not wanting to look at themselves. This Four of Cups is telling me they are not looking at themselves. And they're feeling this overwhelming, like, whatever it is that you're doing that they feel is an issue has become bigger than, like, the house. You know what I mean? It's like this huge thing that they just can't get past. And this is a real issue for them. And I get that this is what ended up happening here, is that they reached this crossroads, right, inside of themselves, and they were just like, yeah, I'm dropping out. I'm just going to be dropping out. Now, this could be to take some time to think. I don't know what your story is, but that is what I'm getting there. Now, as far as where we're at now, Capricorn is really focused on justice, really focused on, whipping out those scales. Interesting. So justice is about karma. Justice is about redressing things that have happened in the past. Now, this can be, for some Capricorns, a little independent of this, but I'm getting very strong, so I have to say, I do feel like they're needing to deal with some sort of lawsuit or something to do with the courts that's become problematic for you guys within your relationship. it became this very sort of other thing in the relationship. So I am getting that for some. That's not going to be for everyone, but I do want to mention it because I am getting it. But they're in a space of just really wanting fairness, and then they have the Hierophant. I mean, to have justice in the Hierophant, this tells me that they honestly do not believe that they have been treated fairly. They don't believe that you were on the up and up with many things. They don't believe that I'm getting that this is where they're at. Now, for many Capricorns, this can be them acting a little less than moral themselves, all right? But I'm talking about the mindset right now regarding your relationship. The Hierophant reverse indicates them seeing you as somebody who is not a good match for them, a good vibrational match as far as like your moral codes and your moral compass. And because of that, they're in a space of wanting to move on. And the Chariot, it's a Cancer energy, so maybe you're a Cancer, but it's about really, creating everything that means, really wanting very much to have that love and have that home and have that comfort, because Capricorns really do love that, right? They do. They're very hard workers, but they love their home. They love to work hard and have nice things, Yeah. And they have the Sun reverse here. Okay. The Sun reverse in the present in a spread like this means they still love you, but there is a delay in something. There is something that somebody is not seeing. Oh, I need more information on that. But you know what? Let's go through the future and then see if we don't get some answers to this. So in the future, we have the Two of Pentacles, which shows me them making a decision. Then we have the Nine of Wands, okay? So this is about self-imprisonment, but I really like it in the reverse because this shows that clarity is starting to hit them. There's some sort of clarity. It's self-imprisonment. It's this rumination of thoughts, but it's like the hardest part is over and there's some clarity coming in. Then we have the Ace of Cups. It's reversed, but they're scared. They're very scared that they're not going to be able to have this connection with you and make it happen with the Knight of Cups. So they're just afraid of opening up. They're very afraid of opening up. That I'm getting for sure. Very afraid of opening up. But in their mind, they have themselves very convinced that this Hierophant reverse is an issue here. They feel like they're being treated unfairly for sure. Whatever they had to do was just an unfair situation. It was against what they believed to be the right thing. Okay, if that makes sense. Let's see what comes up. Let's just go for some general energies here. Ace of Swords reverse, World reverse, Page of Wands reverse. Guys, I shuffle my cards and the way I mix them, I have upright, I have reverse, and I think reversals are very beneficial because it gives us a heads up. And I always say, if I pull it from the deck and it's on the table and in the spread, it can be turned upright. It's all up to you. You work with the energies and you understand what it means and you make them flip the other way up, flip the other way around. So Ace of Swords is about creating a new reality, creating a new framework for how you guys should be doing things, right? This is about truth. In the reverse, there is no truth. This is them not trusting you. Them wanting the world with you, but feeling like it's just not going to be able to happen now. I mean, come on, guys. For you to have the Sun and the World both in reverse, those are the two most positive cards in the deck. Even in reverse, they're both positive. They both mean delay. So what is the deal with the delay? Yeah, Page of Wands. Wands is will. Wands is motivation to move forward. This is a page is let's start this new chapter together, or it's in the reverse. So this is saying that this new chapter is not going to happen. There's delay. There's delay. They're not being honest with themselves. Judgment reverse. They're not being honest with themselves, but they don't think you're being honest with yourself about who did what in this relationship and who was responsible for what. This is you guys pointing the finger at each other. This is deep. This is deep because this shows the lack of communication. And this shows you guys just not being able to see eye to eye. I just feel like I'm probably going to get like a Five of Wands. Five of Swords energy, I just feel like is going to be coming up here. That Judgment reverse. This is very deep to me, guys. We have the World and the Sun reverse. What the hell? Knight of Swords. They want to move forward with you. They want to be supportive. They want to have resources, save, have this new beginning with you. The Hermit upright. They're in a space of thinking. They're trying to figure it out with the Ten of Pentacles. What? Okay, listen. All right. Okay. If you're resonating with this, this is what I'm going to tell you. This Capricorn still loves you. They want to make this work. Capricorn has been through the gigs this year, past 2 years. We had the eclipse season in them. Them and Cancers have had their asses handed to them. There's been a lot of change. So if you've been dealing with the Capricorn, I know you've been on the other side of that as well. So blessings to you for that, and hugs out to you, because these have not been easy energies for any of us, but especially Capricorn and Cancer, any of the Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, I mean, Libra, any of the cardinal signs. So we have Knight of Swords is this willingness and this want to come in with ideas. This is beautiful. And the Knight of Swords is about coming in with ideas to create this next chapter. Knight of Pentacles is, yes, we're going to save our money. We're going to, collect our resources this way. This is what I need mentally, emotionally, spiritually from you. And this is what you need, and we need to figure this out and do this thing. We need to do this thing together already. But in order to get to this space, they're very much in this deep hermit mode, right? But I like it upright, because in the upright, it means that they're seeking counsel and they're talking to good people around them and getting some good advice. This is good advice. 10 of Pentacles is beautiful. This is about a deepening of commitment, a deepening of communication. This is about connection and making things happen. So I feel like there's going to be this situation that ends up happening. 5 of Wands, what did I say? What did I say before, right? Said I'm waiting for the 5, like a 5 of Wands or a 5 of Swords to come out. Yeah, you guys have to have the argument. But this is the funny thing. I'm going to tell you why I think it's funny, because I think you still love this Capricorn, and I think they still love you, and you guys have to have this argument that I know is going to end up really well. But you guys are going to be like, it's black, and they're going to say, no, it's white. I'm talking about the sun. Oh, we should be talking about the ground, What are you doing? You know what you're talking about. It's literally like looking at each other through broken glasses that are like half blacked out. That's what the 5 of Wands energy is. But it's necessary. So you have to do that. All right, fine. And then after that, look, Queen of Swords, beautiful. 10 of Swords, good. I like the 10 of Swords here. We want the 10 of Swords. Yes. All right, listen. You have to go through this, because this is going to be Capricorn coming in saying, I know exactly, very Capricorn thing, I know exactly what we have to do. Sit down, let me tell you, okay? And you're going to be like, no, we're not doing it like that anymore. That cycle is over. It's done. I already put the swords down. And you guys are arguing while you guys are having this conversation. And the Temperance card is an alchemical card. And in the upright, it's about combining what you need, what they need, and what the relationship needs, right? Because you always have those 3 elements within a relationship. And in the reverse, this tells me that you guys are just going to be fighting about that. Just fighting about the truth of your relationship. But you're going to end up working it out, because we have the Knight of Wands. Because above all else, there is will here. It's just not going to be easy. There's will and there's motivation to do it. This is a very emotional reading for me, I have to tell you. I'm getting very deep energies. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel this so deep in my solar plexus. This pulling down. It's pulling down. Yes or no, I'm not honoring reversals. The person watching this who's resonating be reconciling with this Capricorn during this retrograde season? Yes or no, I'm not honoring reversals. 9 of Cups, yeah. Beautiful. It's a wish fulfillment card. All right. All right. Listen. If they did you dirty, keep walking. You don't have to. This is all about what the energy support. If you're dealing with the Capricorn who went no contact, this just tells me that you have the ability to reconnect with them in a way that's going to be very supported by the energies right now. Very supported by the energies. Doesn't mean you have to do it, though. Again, if they have stuff going on, you know what I mean? If they have stuff They have some sort of addictions that are bringing you down, or they're really horrible communicating, or, you know, heavy-duty narcissism. If they're cheating, you know what? Keep going. Keep walking. Bullet dodged. You know? Bullet dodged. It's hard to say that and feeling it, right? When we're in the space of pain and feeling this lack of validation, right? That's so hard. It's so hard. No one deserves that. No one does. It's cowardly, right? Okay. Two of Wands. Yeah, you're like, where the hell am I going? Oh, beautiful. You have the Sun. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, you have beautiful things here. You have beautiful, okay, truths are going to be coming out. There's movement. You put the damn wands down. There's a lot of pain. All right. Two of Wands is about, where am I going? Now that this person went no contact, I need to start over in this part of my life. I'm really not sure where I'm going, but I know so clearly what I want. The world is so positive, guys, to have this next to the Sun. This is nuts, right? And this just means delay. It just means delay. But whoever I am speaking to right now, you have such positive energy supporting you. Such positive energy. Now, we do have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Now, this can indicate a very ego-driven mindset that you may have right now, where there can be some selfishness indicated here. But you know what? I feel like this is actually healthy selfishness. This is you collecting your coins, getting your life together, figuring out what works for you, what you need. And that's entirely positive. This is you not putting all your eggs in anyone else's basket but your own. Right? Doesn't mean that you're not hurting. It doesn't mean that you're still not confused. But you're not confused on that you need to respect yourself. That you're not confused with. Now the moon, I like the moon reverse better than the moon upright, because this is about the truth is coming out. Because in the upright, it's about secrets and what we do in secret, what we do behind things, and what are they, you know. In the reverse, it's those things that kind of be coming out. Someone's coming in and they are... It's like the king sent the knight in for support, for backup, and say, I want to give you my pentacle. Let's do this, right? Tell me what you need. Let's figure this out. And the Ten of Wands is you saying, okay, so what happened before, that cycle, no more. It is not going to be like that anymore. In the reverse, this is you getting very dead-ass passionate about this stuff. Like you putting your foot down. You are big time putting your foot down because you don't want to go through the pain anymore. This is the pain. Three of Swords is all about pain. Now this could be a third-party situation. It doesn't have to be. This could be you, them, and just this external situation. So like I mentioned before, it could have something to do with the courts, something legal. This could have something to do with family. This could, maybe you're in just a space where, oh my gosh, there are so many situations that it could be anything external to you that will create pain within the relationship. And you're very mindful of that. And you are not willing to go there again. Because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're like on your path to healing. Even though it still hurts and you're still confused and you have these feelings, you're healing. You're on your way there. You're getting very honest with yourself. You're identifying what it is that you need and you want in your life. Yeah. Look at all of these swords and wands reversed. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, I have to tell you, you're not going to give them an easy time if they come back, because you're like, I don't like your ideas. You're not willing to do what I need, right? And this battle that I'm fighting here with you, Capricorn, this is your battle. It's not mine. Why are you making your issues my issues? If you have A, B, and C going on in your life and you can't deal with it, why are you deflecting everything on me? That's the Five of Wands reversed. And then we have the Seven of Swords, which is the card of trickery. And we're talking about trickery with words and ideas and thoughts. We're talking about manipulation, and you are just not having it. You're not having it. You're not letting them hijack your ideas. You're not having them hijack your thoughts. You're not allowed. It's like some space was given, and you just aren't willing to deal with that anymore. You're just not willing to deal with it. Yes, no card, please. I'm not honoring reversals. Will this person end up reconciling with Capricorn? The energies support it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look. This is all indicative of a new cycle. Deep thought. Cycle over. What's next? We have to come up with some thoughts. This is about, Four of Swords is about, we have been through it, right? Remember, this is a soldier who just came back from war. And he's laying on top of this coffin that he had made for his family. In case he was to die in war, they would have the coffin all ready to bury him in, right? So this is him coming back from going through all of this hell and just laying on top of the coffin with such gratefulness and such appreciation, and now figuring out the next steps and really trying to tune into their intuition and spirit. And I get there's a very introspective energies here, and there's a regenerative, okay, hello, what? Regeneration about this. I can't speak. Mercury retrograde. I'm ruled by Mercury, so I'm a mess. Okay, I mean, that's definitely what I get here. Very supportive energies if you guys want to reconnect. You don't have to if you don't want to, but the energies do support this for sure. If you are dealing with a Capricorn who has gone no contact, it's up to you. But like I've been saying to the signs where I'm getting reconnection vibes, you know what? Conversation number one is that ghosting is not okay. It's not okay. It's nonsense, right? Let's get a message from the universe for you guys. Message from the universe. Whoever has been ghosted by Capricorn. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's pull this one. Dwell on what you love. Asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new directions they'll grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you. So what this is telling me is, if Capricorn wants you to change A, B, and C, you have to sit with it and see if these are areas in your life that maybe can't benefit from some improvement, because they might have a point, but it has to be within reason and within your comfort zone, and you have to be doing the same thing to them. That's part of the communication that needs to happen. You know, I never do, like I never say, but the Languages of Love, do you guys know that book? Because if you know it, if you've never heard of it, I can't remember who. If you Google it, it's the language of love. It's not a thick book. It's pretty thin. It's very helpful to really understand how men and women really do think very differently. And I have found it to be very helpful with a lot of people I work with who are actually, you know, to men, to women. It doesn't really matter. It's just like this other energy, and how to really connect in a way where and it has exercises in it. It's like very approachable. It's an easy read. It's quite helpful. It's called The Languages of Love, and I would recommend it, you know, if you're in the space where you're actually revisiting this. And if you are, I wish you the best of luck. And if you're not, I wish you, you know, Godspeed in your healing, and you're just moving forward to just live your best life and do you. And that is what I have for you guys right now. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.